Alright, woohoo, vlogging! So today I'm going to talk about topic avoidance in the beginning stages of romantic relationships, and to us this is usually during the talking stage. So to start, I'm asking the question of what is that one topic that you avoid answering within your romantic relationship. And it could be anything from your past relationships to your past sexual experiences or anything negative that's ever happened to you in your life. And for me, the topic that I always try to avoid at all costs is my past sexual experiences. And I do this, I don't really share this information with anyone, and I do this because I feel that nobody really needs to know what 17-year-old Colleen did, especially because I'm almost 22 and it doesn't matter what I did 5 years ago. So in my past relationships, I usually beat around the bush, where if somebody asks me, Colleen, tell me about your past, or how many people have you slept with, I usually kind of either ask the question back or I wait and, just beat around the bush and try to change the topic. And it's not that I'm keeping a secret, I just feel like that information isn't needed for somebody who I don't know wants to continue to obtain a serious relationship with me. So it's really just because I don't want the relationship to get harmed and them not what my answer to the question is. And that's validated with research because they say that most topic avoidance does occur in the beginning stages of romantic relationships, and it's because people fear that discussing this topic will either harm the relationship, make them look bad, or have negative consequences when the relationship shifts from casual to being serious. So, with that said, topic avoidance does happen the most in the beginning stages when the topic is still considered sensitive. So what made me think of this is when you start talking to somebody and getting to know them, and you're playing 20 questions with a person just to get to know them. So for example, 2 years ago, I was talking to this guy, and we were laying on a blanket, stargazing, super cute, and he was like, let's play 20 questions. So my heart skipped a beat, because I was like, damn it, you're going to ask some personal things, but, I kind of just went with it, and, I think everyone can agree that when you play 20 questions, it starts out as what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? And then before you know it, they're asking what the kinkiest thing you've ever done is, and you're like, whoa, we've hung out twice, that's none of your business, I don't even know the answer to that, so stop. So when I was playing this game with this guy, he asked me how many people that I've slept with, and in my opinion, like I said before, that's none of his business, and you're not gonna like the answer, so why are you asking? So I looked at him, and I was like, well, how many people have you been with? And he gave me the answer. I was like, oh, okay, so tell me what the most adventurous thing you've ever done was. And me doing that totally switched the conversation, so I was able to avoid that topic, and then he never re-asked. So I did that because we were still getting to know each other, and I didn't want us talking about past sexual experiences that had no effect on our relationship, and I liked him. I didn't want him to literally sweep the blanket out of under me and leave. So experiences like that, I feel like most happen during the experimenting or intensifying stages. And while research says small talk is a primary mode of communication during the experimenting stage, if the couple feels comfortable enough with each other, then the communication will start increasing with depth, which will then lead to the intensifying stage. So that's kind of the transition between the two. And during the intensifying stage, the individuals want to get to know their partner better to see if there's more chance of a serious relationship. So usually during the stage, if people don't see progress, it's very easy for them to dip out, which I think is a good example of this is when ghosting occurs, because this can be when you're getting to know somebody, you ask them a question that they don't want to answer, but then they're honest with you, and they're like, oh, I didn't like that. So then you just cut off all contact, and then the relationship is over. So when we want to end enter the integrating stage and avoid ghosting, which consists of becoming a couple and even Facebook official, ooh, then we're more likely to avoid topics that can cause that stage to enter high risk. So if you ask me, small talk is extremely important in the beginning of relationships, but if you aren't ready to discuss a topic yet, it's okay, because there's no reason to throw everything out on the table when you first meet somebody. Because then it gives them something to look forward to for later, you know? Don't really reveal all of yourself. But from my experiences, if you are comfortable with a person and you don't have uncertainty towards the relationship, then you are more likely to talk to them about it. But if you are uncertain of what's going to happen or what's going to go on, then you're more likely to avoid the topics until you get comfortable and you know that they're not going to like leave or go anywhere. When I met my current boyfriend, I was super confident that I could tell him that I like murdered somebody and he wouldn't leave me and he would still think I'm like the best thing in the world. So when I met him, I'm like, let me tell you everything about me. But to me, I've dated guys though who I just haven't been comfortable talking to, and then I knew that they weren't the one. So even though this is not for everybody, avoiding topics can be good for a relationship if it's to stay on the right track, but you have to make sure that if you are avoiding a topic, it is for the right reasons, and you're not doing the relationship any harm, because we have to keep healthy relationships. Alright, there's my vlog. Goodbye.